400 trillion to 1. When you understand that math, how can't you live your life? That's how rare it is to be a human being. And what are you waiting for? Like, you've been given this ridiculous triple miracle. Like, you're literally more likely to win the lotto 10 times in your life than actually have a life. So I ask you, my friends, with this one life, you're going to sit on your couch and dwell. You're going to be upset about some shortcoming. You're going to be upset about that thing that happened last week that fucked you up. I'm asking you, I'm promising you, please take this swing. Make this at bat. I am so tired of people stopping because their uncle critiqued them, or their mom made fun of them along the way, or their girlfriend doesn't think that they can do it. You've got one at bat, 400 trillion to 1. Please do something about it. We are living through the greatest era to be alive ever. Yes, there's stuff. I got news for you. There's always stuff. But when you take control of your at bat, when you put it all on yourself, when it's your fault and your wins, when you own it, that's when it starts happening. So please squeeze the shit out of your little life.
Woo! How to start off the day with a little bit of Gary Vee. That's honestly one of my favorite all-time topics for him. He dropped that video years ago. I remember seeing that getting out of college, and it really just hit me like a brick seeing the title 400 trillion to 1. And it's a perfect example that just goes to show we are all divinely created with amazing skills, talents, and abilities that are waiting to go ahead and get out to the masses. So Cedric, it's great to see you. Johnny, Shane, and Talita in the building. We are pumped and fired up, ready to go ahead and end this week off with a bang. Let's finish out the month of November strong. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving, some time with the family. Hopefully got fattened it up a little bit, a lot to be grateful for. So let's go ahead and get into today and get today started. Today's a good topic. And how is everyone feeling coming into the Friday? Let me know. Drop the emotions down and let's get rocking and rolling. 400 trillion to 1. It's a good one. Short and sweet. We got a lot going on for today. I'm going to get out here so we can all get out into the field. Here we go. 400 trillion to 1. Boom. IG, what is going on? Happy Friday, TGIF. The growth includes Friday. Grateful to be alive. Grateful for the fam. Grateful for God. You already know we've got in our journaling, got in the walk today, got in some exercise, and ready to go ahead and let the growth continue. Note taking, got some Zoom calls, some events, some meetings. Grateful for the dream team. You already know. Proud of you, fam. So many break frees, as always, are continuing to go through the system, and we're just warming up. So here we go. I love it. 400 trillion to 1. So I want you to everybody give me, when you were young, when you were a child, what were some of the things that you dreamed of becoming? For myself, it was always an athlete. My family is a family full of athletes, so that was always my dream, to be a professional. It didn't matter really what sport. I didn't care. It could have been football. It could have been basketball. It could have been freaking baseball. I don't care what it was, but that was always my goal. And I want to ask everybody here, what did you see yourself when you were younger? What was your vision? Some of you might have been a dancer, an astronaut. What was it? And here's what's really powerful. So for me to be a professional athlete, I don't know if you guys know the numbers on becoming a professional basketball player, baseball, or even football. My father always wanted me to be a kicker because he's like, what's one of the easiest things that you can do to get paid pretty good money? You take 3 steps, you kick the ball through a field goal, and you can make a pretty good living, right? But here's the difference. Here's what I didn't really understand. The odds, a musician, love it. The odds of becoming a professional football player, basketball, baseball, I don't know if you guys know the odds of that, but it's not very likely. It's very hard to get to that level. In fact, playing at a D1 level, you've got to be a completely different beast to go from D1 to get to the pros. It's an elite position to be able to make it there. Not very many do. So everybody always told me, Dylan, do you know what the odds of becoming a professional athlete are? And everybody always told me these crazy freaking stats. And as I started to get older, you know what I realized? Stats is for maybe the average Joe. But I believe if you're listening, I believe if you're on this call, none of us on here are average. Anybody listening is not average. The only difference is we're all average collectively. The difference is we have above average dreams, right? We all bleed the same. We walk the same. We sleep. Nobody has any crazy extra fingers that they can utilize like somebody else. The difference is right here. The belief, the self-confidence, the self-talk that we all have. So Gary Vee talks about 400 trillion to one. You realize the odds of becoming a professional athlete, the odds of getting struck by lightning, the odds of hitting the lottery 10 times in our lifetime. It is more likely to do all of those things, to have all of those things collectively happen than it is for you and I to be sitting here, standing right now on the Zoom. 400 trillion other little guys that we beat to go ahead and be right here, right now. That's the odds of us living. So when I really started to hone in on getting out of college and realize how special we are, how unique, how individualistic we all are, and that we all can bring talents and skills, abilities to the table. The moment that really sinks in, life starts to shift. Because at the end of the day, just like you see, I don't know how many of you guys have been up north or seen some snow in a while. How many of you have ever seen a snowflake that is the exact same? Just like you'll never see a snowflake, even an identical twin, they're still different. They still have special characteristics about them that make them unique. So I say this to say that there is nobody else that is out there just like us. Nobody has our story. Nobody has the energy, the soul that we have, because we're all different. And I know for a fact that each and every one of our stories has power to impact somebody else. There's somebody out there that's listening that can learn lessons from what we've already been able to grow through. And my mentor says that all the time. He says, well, if you feel like you don't have any value to give, what would be some of the advice that you would give to your younger self? And I'm telling you right now, if you were to go and give that on social media, there's so many that are experiencing self-doubt, that are afraid to make a decision, that might feel like they're stuck in life and they don't know where to go. And all of us on here, we've actually been able to make a decision. We found a community. We became pretty clear on our goals and where we're going. And the best part about life is think about 400 trillion. It takes one candle, even 400 trillion, to go ahead and light all of the others. That's why when you see my slogan, Define Dreams Impact 1 billion, you talk about 400 trillion odds. How simple is it to be able to impact just 1 billion people when it took the odds of 400 trillion us beating to even be here? So when you look at life in a completely different perspective, this is why some of the greats say, change the way we see things, the way we see things change. And all it took was just being able to look at something from a different angle. So remember how powerful our story is, how powerful we are, and how much value and impact that we have to give to the world, because they're waiting to hear it. I always knew, even at the beginning, if one person caught this message, if one person listened to the story or heard this video and it just touched one life, I did my job. And over time, you're going to see how it compounds. So our story is powerful. We matter. You matter. You have people that's watching you, that's waiting to see the greatness that is to come out. And they'll never see it if we don't believe in it, if we don't make it the decision for ourselves, because it only takes one. Just like Ed Milet says, the power of one more. In everybody's family, in everybody's lineage, there's that one that comes along the way that completely breaks the chains of the limited thinking, of the poverty mindset, of sitting in lack. And if you believe, if you know you are that one, let me see the one down below, because you don't have to tell me. Whether you drop it or not, I already know. We are the ones to go ahead and break the chains, to shift the thinking, to go ahead and leave a lasting impact, not just for ourselves, but I believe for legacies to come. So with that being said, fam, I love you guys. I appreciate you. I had to just give you a piece of this energy to let you know how blessed we are to be alive, how great it is to be able to live in this time. And most importantly, we can think about all of the things that's going wrong in our life, all of the problems, all of the issues. But here's what I know. If we could get grateful for the fact that we're even breathing, like, I don't know about you guys, but it was like 3 weeks ago. Actually, look, let me show you. 3 weeks ago, I was at a Faith Over Fear event, okay? And one of the speakers in here, I don't know if you guys know his name. Let me see if I can find him for 2 seconds so you guys can see. But his name is Nick. His last name is slipping me right now. but he doesn't have arms and he doesn't have legs. And he's he's one of the world's best speakers and inspirational all around the world. So imagine if he would have been that type of person to say, you know what? I can't become successful because I don't have arms. I don't have legs. How can I ever achieve success? Well, he used his test as his testimony. And just like him, you and I all possess the exact same power. So I love you, fam. I appreciate you. Let's go out and be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. That's a perfect example that we can hold it right here in our hand. Actually, I'm going to give you guys a name because there's two of them. I know two Nicks that are just like that. Nick Santinaso. Okay. Go look that up on Instagram. Check it out. Look at his videos. And if you need some inspiration today on how special we are and how blessed that we can move our fingers, we can write, we can walk, we can talk. Actually, before I got on this call, I was doing a three-way, okay? And this lady was sitting in a wheelchair. She got in an insane car accident 2 years ago, and she's stuck in a wheelchair, and she was crying to me on the phone because she's like, Dylan, I still have so much brain capacity. It's like everything up here works. I just can't walk, but I can still use my brain. So she said, even without legs, I know the life that I can go and create for myself, because you can strip away my body, but I know with my brain, we can go ahead and create and design anything we can envision. We can truly hold in our hands. And it really teared me up. I don't know what it was that made me spit that out, but I knew somebody had to hear that today. So touch me. Hopefully it touches you. If nobody told you today, family, you are great. You're amazing. You're powerful. And the world is waiting to hear our story. So if you believe it, drop some threes down below. Smash that like button for yourself. And let's have an amazing Friday and go out and bring these dreams into reality. It's game time. Let's grow.